right, guys, so throughout this semester you've learned some little tricks on how to improvise, how to teach your students. But today we're gonna move and groove, jazz and blues. Let's figure out how to do this. All right, time for you to groove. So if you look at page 57, we have written out here a blues scale. Between the first two notes is a third, minor third at that, then a whole step, a half step, minor third, whole step. In regard to fingering, you notice that there's a format that works really well. 1, 2, and then use your 5 fingers. 2, 1. Now the great thing is you can transpose that. So if we go to C, minor third, whole step with our thumb, half step, minor third, whole. So you could transpose it to any key that you wish. But for now, we'll just keep it here in the D, since that starts us out in our exercise. Look at the left hand. The 5th. Easy enough, right? And then the second measure. So we have that stepwise motion in the top with a repeating D in the left. So what this exercise here is they've given you, basically all this is your scale, right? And they put it in a 2/8 notes, 2/8 notes, just to give it a rhythm form. Now we could do it kind of in a more relaxed form, which when we have the dotted feelings. More cool jazz. And then what happens here at the second line? You notice what we've done is modulated. If we're in key of D, we're moving to the 4 area, which is G, doing the same patterns of fingering. Minor third, whole step, half step, minor third. Now, if we continue the pattern they've started, then we're going to go down that scale. So all you got to do is follow your eyes. Think of the rhythm. So even if you don't have that scale fingering quite in your fingers yet, you can be able to follow your eye along there. The left hand then also transposes. Then it gives us nothing here, but he's probably assuming you'll take that same pattern and put it over here. The last line kind of changes things up a bit because we don't want to get a boring situation going on. So we have here, yep, you heard it. That was the scale. On the A, which is 5 in the key of D. Going down to the 4, playing the scale down. Then all you got to do is add that scale up again. All right, see how easy? Once you get the pattern of the scale, you can take it, play something that sounds really cool, even though all you're doing is just playing the exact notes of the scale. You're not even skipping around. Now you could also, of course, improvise taking this scale and playing notes from the scale, but playing it out of order. So perhaps I'm going to play the first note, I'm going to skip over to here and go backwards. In this measure, I'm going to go from the back to the end. Or, see how it sounds like as long as we stay within the scale, it sounds as if it were meant to be. So it's really a great way of learning how to improvise because you can't play wrong notes as long as you play one of these notes at any moment. So perhaps we start here. Okay, so this week, try out this idea of this piece here on the bottom of the page. And try putting those different rhythms, the different styles, kind of more laid back blues, or perhaps a little bit faster one. Okay, and see what improvisations you can come up with. And then for you bold and brave ones that like to do things interesting, you'll take that scale and you'll create your own melody based on those notes and make your own pattern in the left hand based on the system that they've started here. So improvisation is easily taught when you establish a pattern and then allow your students to go from that. The pattern was our scale, changing it around rhythms, going from different key areas, and then concluding. Okay, move and groove this week. And don't forget, if you like your teacher, tell someone. If you don't, just keep it still. Next week.